We're starting in child's pose. Just come into it wherever it feels like you're going. Might not be as deep as it comes into as you get into it later on in the class. Just settle into it for a moment and take a breath. And exhale. Take another breath. And exhale to move forward and up onto your hands and knees. Hands right underneath your chest, knees right underneath your hips. And then we're going to breathe in, pulling your belly up towards the ceiling, dropping your chin. And then drop the belly down, raise your chest, and look forward. Inhale, take it up, pull it all up. Exhale, drop it down, raise your chest, look forward. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, drop it down, raise your chest, look forward. And one more time, take it all up. And then drop it down, raise your chest and look forward. And then we're going to flatten your back, tummy tight, sit back towards your heels, and then shift your weight over to the side. Come forward past your hands and then over to the other side. So just circling all the way around. Inhaling as you start, exhaling as you circle back. One last time this direction. And let's go back the other way. One last one. And then come on back to the center. Maybe walk forward a little bit on your mat so that you have room behind you to extend your right leg. Press the sole or the ball of your foot into the mat and then push your heel towards the wall behind you. So you're using the strength of your arms to push back into that heel. Hold here and take a breath. And then exhale to release that and press the other heel back towards that back wall. Again, using the strength of your arms to press back into that heel. Hold here and breathe. Exhale, bring that knee down. Press the other heel back. As you're pushing that other heel back now, we're going to lift the opposite hand up off the floor. So you're using the strength of the hand that is pressing into the mat to push into the heel and reach the other arm forward. And release it down. Other foot presses back. Push it way back and then lift the opposite hand up. Deep breath in. And exhale, bring that hand down. Inhale, tuck the belly in and up. And exhale, drop it down, raise your chest, look forward. One more time, take it in and up. And exhale, drop it down, raise your chest and look forward. We're going to just shift your hands forward a little bit. Drop your hips. Keeping your tummy in tight, slowly lower down to the mat. Give yourself some room to reach your hands out in front of you. Pull your tummy in tight. Take a breath and exhale to lift one arm opposite leg. Inhale and lower down. Toes should be pointed this time. Exhale, lift the other arm opposite leg. Inhale and lower down. Exhale, lift. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. Inhale and lower. So this is where we're going to start to really warm up with doing some swimming. And if you don't like to swim, you can stay with this slow and controlled, or you can take both hands up, both feet up, and then start to flutter those hands and feet as if you're swimming in the pool. Keep your head looking down towards the floor and breathe. Exhale. Take another breath in. Exhale. Breathe in again. Exhale, one more round of breath. And exhale, lower your feet to the floor. Hands come back by your sides. Take a breath. Tummy tight. Exhale, press up. Come all the way through. Push back onto your knees. Knees out towards the side of your mat and sink down into your hips. Maybe you're able to push into that child's pose a little bit more than you could when you started. Hold here and take a breath. Exhale. Take another breath. And then exhale to come back to your hands and knees. And we're going to take your right foot back again, pressing that sole of your foot into the floor. So both hands are going to stay on the mat this time. Really pushing that, not the sole of your foot, the ball of your foot. Pushing that ball of your foot into the floor, pressing the heel backwards. And you can advance this a little bit by lifting your knee up off of the mat and hovering. So stomach is tight, and we're just hovering in this plank position with your knee lifted. Hold here, take a breath. Exhale. Take another breath in. Exhale. One more breath. Exhale, lower that leg down and bring the other one back in. We're going to extend your left leg back. Press that ball of the foot into the mat. Take a breath. Exhale, pressing that knee or that heel backwards. And if you'd like to, lift that other knee up. Really push that heel backwards, pushing the floor away with your hands. Hold here and breathe. Exhale. Take another breath. Exhale. 2 more breaths. We can do this. Exhale. 1 more time. Good, good, good. Take it down. And then we're going to take the knees out to the sides. Sit back. Hips coming back. And let your head drop down. Reach your arms out in front of you. So actively reaching your hands towards the front of your mat. Let your head drop down into your arms. Feel the opening of your shoulders. Hold here and take a breath. Exhale. Take another breath. And then exhale to come on up onto your hands and knees. We're going to shift your hands forward again just a little bit. Drop those hips and lower all the way down to the mat. And take your hands to your sides, palms face down, stomach nice and tight. Take a breath here, and then exhale to lift your hands and feet off the floor. Inhale, slowly lower them down, don't quite touch. And exhale to lift hands and feet up off the floor. Inhale, slowly lower. Exhale, lift them up again. Inhale, take it down. We're going to do 2 more. Exhale and lift. Inhale and lower. Last one. Exhale, lift. And inhale and lower down. Hands come back underneath your shoulders. And take a breath. Exhale to press up. And press back again all the way to child's pose. Reach those arms out in front of you. Excuse me. All right, come on back up to hands and knees. So we're going to take your BOSU, if you have one, or your ball. Let me show you this. I'll start with the BOSU first. Okay, so if you've got your BOSU, you're going to put both hands on it and take your right knee to the side, and then we're going to open up here. And then we're going to bring the hand back down, switch to the other side, and open up here. Okay, so that's BOSU. You get a little bit more room to pull the knee up and through than you would if your hands were on the floor. With the ball, we're going to lean into it with your hands, or not your hands, your elbows. Bring that knee to the side and then open. So you're getting a little bit more balance work with the ball than you would on the BOSU, but it's still all good. Take that knee out to the side and open. So we're getting a hip flexor workout, the opening of the arms. Inhale, take it back, keep the stomach tight. Exhale as you open that arm up towards the ceiling. And bring it back down. And we're just going for 1 more on each side. And then come on back down. Whether you're on the BOSU or the ball, you're going to do the same thing. We're going to sit back with the knees together. Hands either on top of the BOSU or the ball. And let your head come down. So with it lifted, you get a deeper stretch with the head coming down in between those arms. Hold here and breathe. Exhale. Take another breath. And exhale. One more time. Exhale and release. I'm going to show you next one. BOSU first. It's going to look the same whether you're on the BOSU or the ball. We're going to come down to an elbow plank. And you can either stay in your elbow plank without moving, or tap 1 foot out to the side and bring it back. It looks the same if you're on the ball. Stomach's nice and tight. And you can definitely just choose to stay right there or tap one foot out to the side and bring it back. It's a big challenge to do that. If you're on the ball, try to keep your stomach lifted up so that you're not resting that stomach on the ball. It should be elbows on there and not stomach. And you've been doing this for a while, so you can come down and press back. Push that BOSU or ball away, let your head come down, knees together as you sit back. Deeper stretch in the back as you do that. Breathe in and exhale. Take another breath and exhale. Let's push the BOSUs and the ball away for a little bit. And we're going to come onto your back. I just realized I forgot to bring my water down, but you can grab a sip if you'd like to on your way to the transition. So we're going to do some bridges next. I want to do them flat on the floor before we take them to the ball or the BOSU. So we're laying down, flat back, stomach tight, feet flat on the floor, hands by your sides. We're going to take a breath and then exhale to peel those hips off the floor, middle back, and then the upper back. I know you guys know how to do it one vertebrae at a time. It goes back down. And then the lower hips never quite touch. We're going to exhale to lift back up again. Inhale, slowly lower it back down. And exhale to lift back up. Inhale, slowly lower it back down. And exhale to lift it back up. We're going to do 2 more. Exhale and lift. Inhale and lower down. And exhale and lift. Inhale and lower down. All right, bring both knees into your chest. So, we're going to move on to the ball or the BOSU with these, if you want to. Or you can keep your feet on the floor to do some more of them. What it's going to look like with your BOSU, you're going to flip it over so that you have the round part on the bottom. Round part on the bottom, feet on the flat part, hands by your side. And just like you did it with on the floor, you're going to come up. You might need to inch a little bit closer to your BOSU so that your butt's nice and close to it. And then come up and lower back down. And you've got a lot of room now, so you can come lower and press up. On the ball, it's going to look basically the same, except we're going to be up even higher. So you're going to get nice and close to that ball, feet on the top. And press up high. Inhale, slowly lower down. And exhale to push it back up again. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. Tummies tight, tight, tight. We're gonna do 4 more. 3. 2. And last one. And you can lower all the way down and bring your knees into your chest. Take a breath. Exhale. Take another breath. Exhale. We're going to move away from the ball or the BOSU. I just need to move mine away so that you can see without it in the way. So we were just working on glutes, and you probably felt it in the upper part of your hamstrings as well. We're going to do a little stretching of those now. Let's take your left foot to the floor and your right foot out in front, straight, and lift it up towards the ceiling. Flex that foot, reach your hand towards it. We're preparing this again for a more challenging exercise on the ball and the BOSU, because I know we've been doing these ones for quite a while. Sometimes it's nice to put in a little extra. Stomach nice and tight on the way down. Exhale on the way up. Definitely after a night like we had last night, it's fun to change things up a little. So 2 more here. So now you'll have to be worried about whether Melanie slept the night before or whether Melanie was awake all night long thinking about what she could do in class the next day. Let's take your other knee into your chest and extend that leg up. Flex foot. Inhale, lower that leg down. And then lift and reach towards that toe. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. Two more to go on this side. And bend that knee, pull it in. And we're going to just come on up and grab your BOSU or your ball. BOSU is going to get flipped back the other way so it's on the flat part again. We're going to need the dome. And so whether you're on the BOSU or the ball, we're going to take both feet to the center, hands by your side, and then lift your hips so you're coming up to a reversed plank right here. Flex your feet. Stomach is tight as you're lifted. And if this is not a good position for you to be in, you can come back to a bridge instead. So see how this feels, especially if you're on the ball, because sometimes you need to do a little bit work to get that balance. So you want to make sure that it's your feet that are on the ball and not your legs. Good. All right. So you can either stay there just like that, or try lifting one leg at a time towards the ceiling. And then the other. Try not to let the hips drop. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Let's just do one more on each side because we were in that position for a while before we started. And then we're going to lower and pull the knees in. Hold here and breathe. Exhale. Take another breath. And exhale. We may come back to those in a little bit. But for now, let's change positions. We're going to settle your back against your BOSU for some crunches, or come onto your ball for some crunches like this. And you're kind of in a bridge position with your lower back on your ball. Stomach is tight, feet are flat on the floor. If you are up on the ball, take a breath, and then exhale, squeeze up. Inhale and lower back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale and lower. And notice how much further you can come up on your crunch than you can when you're on the floor. Squeeze those bellies in. We're doing 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to change positions to come onto your side. Come on, I fell off my book. All right, BOSU. You're on your BOSU, you're going to drape your body over like this. So your hip is on the lower, or on the middle part. And you're coming down and lifting like this. Or actually you can take that hand to the floor or to the side of your BOSU if you want a little bit of extra support. And do it like that. If you're on your ball, basically, well, I'm using my BOSU for support here too, but you can take your foot to the floor. Why can't I get into my position? Maybe my ball's too big. Sorry guys. It's been a little while since I've done this on my ball. I feel like I need a wall to put my foot on so I have some support. And then you're coming up. Oh, there we go, I got it. Squeeze it up. Two more to go. And we're gonna switch sides. All right, once you get ready, here we go. 2 more to go. We can do it. Yes. Awesome. All right. Then I have a system here. We're doing we're going around in a circle, basically, like we did with our, when we were on our hands or knees and we went on a circle. We're doing the same thing with our abs now and our core. So we're going to come onto your ball or your BOSU, stomach facing down. So you're draping your body across it. And we're going to do some back extensions. So if you're on your BOSU, you're going to lift, pressing your hands down into the floor. You're going to keep your feet on the floor as you do this. Feet on the floor and lift, pressing your hands down into the floor. If you're on your on your ball, same thing. Feet on the floor, maybe a little bit wider for your balance, but we're gonna come up onto the ball instead of on the floor, and then we're coming down. Take a breath. Exhale, lift and push. Inhale and lower back down. Exhale, lift and push. Inhale and lower back down. And we're going for 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now, since I'm on the ball already, I'm going to show you the next one with the ball first. We're going to shift that ball backwards a little bit and come down to the floor with your hands so that you can lift your feet up. And we're going to lift your feet and lower. Lift and lower. BOSU. Similar. You're draping your body across so the hips are up and you're lifting your feet and lowering them down. You might need to bring the BOSU a little bit lower on your body, Jen. So closer to your legs. Yep. There you go. Going for 3 more. Last one. And come on back. Let's do a good child's pose stretch. Knees out to the side, sit way back, and let your arms come down. Hold here and breathe. Exhale. Take another breath. And exhale. And I just want to check in on all of you guys. How we doing out there? Good? Awesome. Okay. So we're going to go through all of those again. Okay? So we're going to start on your back with your feet on the center of your ball or your BOSU. And then we're going to come up to a reverse plank position. Do it with the ball this time. So stomach is nice and tight. You lift. And you can either stay there just like that or raise one leg at a time. Woo. One more on each side. Lower back down. And you can just bring those knees into your chest. And then we're going to do the bridges. I forgot we started with the bridges. But we'll do the bridges next. So we just need to flip the BOSU over if you're using the BOSU. And make sure your butt is up nice and close to either your ball or your BOSU, and you're putting your feet right on top. Hands by your sides, stomach's tight. Take a breath and exhale, lift those hips. Inhale, slowly lower down. And exhale to lift. Inhale, slowly lower down. We got 3 more. One last one. And lower it down, pull those knees back into your chest. Take a breath. Exhale. Another breath. And then we're going to exhale to come over into position for crunches. Either on the BOSU or on the ball. This time we're going to add some twists in with the crunches. So you're going to set your body up just how you had it before. In your position for crunching. And you're going to come up, but then you're going to twist towards one side. Come back to the center and come back down. Up, twist, come to the center, and come back down. Up, twist, center, lower. If you're on the BOSU, come up just a little bit so that your butt's not quite on the floor. You want it to be just above the ring on the BOSU. So then you have a little bit more room to move. We're doing 3 more on each side. We got this. 2. And last one. And come on up. Let's push it away for a minute and do a stretch. Full body. Point those toes, reach way back. Take a breath. And exhale. Take another breath. And exhale and relax at all. We're going to come on to our sides next with either the ball or the BOSU beneath you. And drape your body across whichever one you're using. And we're coming up and squeeze. Nice. 2 more on this side. And then we will switch. Two more to go. Super, super. All right, we're coming over onto your stomach on the BOSU, or the ball. And we're starting with the one where you have your hands on the floor and your feet on the floor, or your hands on your BOSU, not your BOSU, your ball. So your ball, you're going to come up this way. Actually, you can do it this way on the BOSU rather than on the floor, too, if you want to have a little bit more of extension. So here's where we were before. If you want to go a little deeper, come up onto the BOSU instead and lift. Inhale and lower down. Exhale and push it up. Inhale and lower. Exhale, lift. Super, super. 2 more to go. Alright, and then you're going to come down, shift your weight so that you have the lower part of your hips and upper thighs on the ball or the BOSU. Drop your head towards the floor and then lift your legs towards the ceiling. Inhale and lower them back down. Exhale, lift those legs up. Four more. Two. And last one. And we're going to push back all the way. Bring your knees together. Hands on top of the ball or the BOSU. Let your head drop down. Hold here, take a breath. And exhale. Take another breath. Exhale, you can stay there for one more breath. And exhale. Let's push the BOSU and ball out of the way. And we're going to reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. And then tuck it underneath your body. Coming down onto the floor to stretch that shoulder and get a twist in with the back also. I'm going to hold right there. Breathe. Stay here for one more breath. And then release that. Take the other hand up. And then tuck it down underneath your body. And relax and breathe. Hold there for one more breath. And exhale to come up and out of that. We're going to take your, let's take your left knee towards your left hand and extend the right leg backwards. And you can stay up like that. You can take your ball or your BOSU in front of you also if you wanted to and rest your body on top of it. Or you can come down to the floor and let your head rest maybe on top of your hands. If you want to take your fists and stack them one on top of the other, you can let your forehead rest right on top of there. We're going to stay in this position for one more breath. And then release. Come on up. Actually, let's stay here. And if you want to stretch your quads, you can do that by grabbing hold of your other foot. Or if you'd rather, you can come down onto your stomach on your mat and stretch your quads that way instead. Let's release that side, unwind, and come on over to the other side. So right knee to right wrist, extend your left leg backwards, and then settle down into whichever position feels the best. Stay here for one more breath. And then we're going to come on up and grab hold of your other foot if you'd like to, or you can come again down to your stomach and grab your foot there. Since we have the ball and the BOSU, we're going to stretch our stomachs out by draping our bodies over them. So whichever one you've got, you're going to just take your body and sit and drape yourself over it so that you can get a nice stretch in the stomach. You can keep your knees bent if you'd like to. Let your arms come out to the sides. And just feel that glorious stretch in the stomach muscles. And we're just going to stay here for a few more breaths. amazing. Hopefully it feels amazing for you guys also. Take one more breath. And exhale. And then we're going to roll over onto your side to come out of this safely. And then come up to a seated position. Take your legs and fortune cookie them. Take one hand to the floor. Actually, if you have your left knee in front, take your left hand to the floor. We're going to reach your right arm up and come up here, reaching your right hand towards the wall behind you. So you have a nice long stretch down that side body. And just hold there and breathe. Exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale, bring that down and shift the legs the other direction. Take another breath and exhale and lift. Hold here and breathe. Exhale. Take another breath. And exhale, bring it down. And you can sit comfortably. We're going to rotate the wrists. Bring them around in front of you. Take your right hand over your left. Wind those hands up and reach the hands up towards the ceiling. And release. Left hand comes over the right. Wind those hands up and reach them up. And release. Rotate the wrists back down to your knees. Drop your chin to your chest. Take a breath. And exhale as your ear falls towards your shoulder. Inhale, chin to chest. Exhale as that ear falls towards your shoulder. And just some little half circles from one side to the other. Let your right ear land towards your right shoulder. And it can stay just like that, or you can place your right hand on your head and take your left hand to the floor. Hold there and take a breath. And exhale, release that side. Drop your chin towards your chest. Let your left ear fall towards your shoulder. Again, it can stay. Take your hand to your head. And take the other hand to the floor if you want a little more. Take a breath. Exhale, release. Chin back to chest. Little half circles. Bring it up to the center. And just take a breath as you bring your arms in. Drop your chin. Exhale, flip the palms and lift away. Inhale, take it in. Exhale, open up. One more time here. Inhale. Exhale, open. And then change the direction. Inhale, up. Exhale, take it down. Last time coming up. Inhale. And then exhale to heart center. Namaste, guys. Thank you.